let's make this year our year. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elisa. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I wanted to make a video, which I'm sure you've seen all over YouTube by now, is making 2024 our year. And I'm sure you watch these videos every year, and some of them may have been successful and some of them may have not, and that's totally fine. But I wanted to take you guys along with me on how I make my goals for the new year, and some ways I like to stay organized throughout the year as well. Before we get started, I just wanted to say Happy New Year's and thank you so much for joining me during your first couple weeks of your new year. Without further ado, let's get started. So for this year, I want to focus more on improving myself as a person and individually. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of goals that I want to accomplish this year. The New Year's, my friends and I made our vision boards. This is my vision board, and it is a bit random because of course we use magazines to cut these out, but I feel like you kind of get the general idea. I'm going to kind of go in depth more into what my overall goal is. So I want to focus more on myself, my inner self, and my physical self. I want to improve my health and just become more well balanced and finding things that I personally enjoy. If you didn't know, I love running and I'm on the track and cross country team at my school, and I really enjoy it. And I really want to get more into running and running more consistently, even off season and especially during the summer. So that's one of my big goals. And I also want to just run longer distances because the furthest I ran so far is about 9, and I want to be able to run like a half marathon maybe, because I feel like that would be super fun. Now, another part of my vision board is of course healthy living, and then I have some things for art as well. I don't know if you can see, but I have this one and this little paintbrush right here. I'm still very passionate about art. I actually started my channel with a lot of like art and traveling, so I still really enjoy art a lot, and I want to make sure that I still implement that in my life. It's been definitely really hard trying to balance out making time for my art and like painting and all that, especially with a busy schedule, but I will show you how I try to balance out my life later in the video, so make sure to stay tuned. We have more running down here, and then all these little products that you might see I'm hoping to work with more brands this year. I also have a lot of clothing because I also love fashion and clothes, and I love being able to express myself through that. So this year I want to kind of also start going out of my comfort zone or experimenting with more styles. I feel like that would be really fun. And of course we have a little number that says 1K, and I don't know if this will be reachable because this is for my YouTube, and I don't think I'll be able to reach it just because it's a pretty big number and I'm not very good at being consistent, but that is something I'm definitely going to be working on this year, is being more consistent with my posting and social media, because it's something I'm really passionate about and something that really gets me motivated. So I do want to work on that. So that's just kind of my vision board, my overall big goals that I want to accomplish and the type of person I want to be. I think with vision boards it's really easy to go overboard and kind of dream really big, and I'm sure I did that a lot as well, but making achievable goals, especially when you start writing them down or go more in depth, it's so important to do more achievable goals instead of doing like a big goal of like, oh, I'm gonna work out every day and I'm gonna eat healthy every day. No, like it has to start with small steps. Like the first 3 months I'm going to make sure I work out 2 times a week and for an hour or 45 minutes. And it's so important to remember taking small steps will eventually help you get to a big goal, and it's not always just starting big, you know? Alright, so now I want to kind of write down my goals of what I want to do for this new year. I have this notebook with me. I use it for just writing thoughts down or writing content stuff down. So I think I'm just gonna start from the back of the notebook, and I'm gonna write down some goals that I have for myself. I just finished writing down my goals for 2024. I'm not going to show you every single thing because I think a lot of goals is important to just keep to yourself and kind of soak it in and remind yourself of the things that you want to do and want to accomplish. So I'm going to show you kind of like an overall outline of the things I wrote down. So first, of course, we have the goals. I have 3 main categories that I focused on, which is personal/education, social media/work, and physical and /health. So for personal and education, I wrote down things focused on for myself as a person and internally, and then as well as like school. I write down goals for anything. I write down what I want to accomplish and how I'm going to accomplish it. For example, the goals that I wrote down is like working on a positive mindset. So how I'll be able to accomplish that will be journaling, finding some self-help books, as well as listening to more positive like podcasts. And I journaled for a while during COVID, but I stopped. I feel like it'd be really beneficial for me, even if it's once a week. That was my goal, just journaling once a week throughout the whole month and seeing how I feel with that. Another thing that I found that helps me a lot throughout these goals is also not only focusing on the things that you want to achieve, but reflecting on what worked for you. So for me, I always write down like things that worked well for me. Those type of things that worked well for me are going to be things that I'm going to be also implementing to this year and continuing on, because if they worked good for me last year, might as well just keep doing that, right? Honestly, really excited to see what the new year brings me. I feel like if I just stay more consistent with a lot of things, I think a lot will show up and bring its way to me. I have to be manifesting all of this, you know, like you gotta have a positive mindset, right? Now I think we need to move on to making another vision board. Now the vision board I showed you earlier is mainly for my room, and I put it up like near my mirror so I can like look at it every day. For me, I love changing my lock screen a lot, and right now I have like the holiday, like Christmas season, like gotta manifest the good grades for the finals. But anyways, it is a little old now because it is the new year and Christmas is over. I'm going to focus on a wallpaper for the next 2 to 3 months of the things I want to accomplish, and I think this will help me a lot more, just like figuring out what my priorities are instead of just always thinking about long term, like, oh, I need to get this done, but I in reality can't because that's something that I need to wait till the summer, you know? I'm gonna make a little wallpaper.
Praying she won't be my downfall when the rain it pours. My heart
Just finished making my wallpaper. Honestly, really obsessed with how it turned out. I love it. It kind of has like what I really want to accomplish this next couple months. Normally try to avoid this type of wallpaper just because I sometimes feel like it's a little cringy, but you know what? You gotta manifest what you want and you have to believe in yourself. So yeah, honestly, I'm really happy about how this turned out. I just finished making my little wallpaper, and I think it's important to organize kind of how you want to start with all of this and I also want to share how I like to stay organized, especially with so many things. It's so important to try to stay in balance with school, social life, and yourself, and with work and all that. So I'm going to be showing you how I like to balance my life out with Notion. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just wanted to share kind of how I like to use Notion. This is what my Notion looks like. It's kind of like winter theme right now. So here I have my new tasks. I like to kind of put like what I have to do. So here I would put like film, video for New Year's, and then another thing would be edit reels, edit. And then here I just have like big test projects and stuff, and then I have like kind of other ideas and stuff. Here I have extracurricular, so I would put anything that I have, like any races coming up for my running or any activities I have with my friends planned. So this is my week overview. But here I like to put anything that I have upcoming, so it's a lot easier and clearer to see what's going on. So basically, this is how I like to stay organized, and I'm going to kind of make this less winter themed because, as you can see, it's very winter. So that's basically how I like to organize that. All right, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to remind you, it's never too late to start setting goals, even if it's in the middle of the year, even if it's at the end of the year, it's never too late. I think the beginning of the year is just a good way to have a fresh new start and kind of have a good motivation, but it is never too late, okay? Just keep that in mind. You don't have to do it today. Just do it whenever you have the time and motivation. But I hope this video kind of motivated you and gave you some ideas on how you can get started and tips on how you can actually achieve your goals. Yet again, let's accomplish these goals together. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.